Good morning, students. Today our topic is plotting with PyPlot, and it is plotting with PyPlot part 2. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about frequency polygon and solve some numerical based on Matplotlib library. So let us start first. First of all, what is frequency polygon? A frequency polygon is a type of frequency distribution, a graph. In frequency polygon, the number of the observation is marked with a single point at the midpoint of an interval. Now you can easily see here, these are the different midpoints, and we just find out the, first of all, create a histogram and then find out the midpoint and join these midpoints to draw a frequency polygon. In this diagram you can easily see that this is the first point, the first data point connected to the midpoint of the previous interval of x-axis. This is the histogram, and frequency polygon. Next is midpoint of the interval. This is the midpoint of the interval. So, and that is the last point. So we just joined the different midpoint of a histogram to create a frequency polygon. That is the concept behind a frequency polygon. To create a histogram, we use hist method. Just write matplotlib.pyplot. After that hist. Here PL is written in place of matplotlib.pyplot because PL is the alternative name given to the matplotlib.pyplot. And after that, you can easily see that data set value. After bins is given, 10 bins are here, and the hist type we take here is step. So this type of histogram is created here because we declare hist type is equal to step in this case. So this is a histogram. If we don't like write step is equal to step, then hist type is look like this. But since we just write hist type is equal to step, so this type of histogram is there. Next is a join midpoint. Now after just creation of the histogram, if we want to create draw a frequency polygon, then join different midpoints of a histogram. You can easily see here, these are the midpoints here. So these are the midpoints. So join the midpoints of histogram. After joining the all midpoints of histogram, we get frequency polygon. Now these are the steps to create a frequency polygon. First of all, plot a histogram for the data from the data. Second point, mark a single point at the midpoint of an interval or bin. Third point, draw a straight line to connect the adjacent point. Next, convert first data point to the midpoint of the previous interval on x-axis. And last point, connect last data point to the midpoint of the following interval on x-axis. After that, we get a polygon, frequency polygon. So these are the steps to create a frequency polygon. Important thing is that without creating a histogram, you are not able to create a frequency polygon. So first of all, just draw a histogram or plot a histogram. After that, join midpoint of histogram. That is a simple procedure to create a frequency polygon. And after that, just connect different points to each other or adjacent point to each other. So these are the different steps 5 steps are there to create a frequency polygon. There is a question. Give the following set of data. Weight measurement of 16 small orders of French fries in grams here. You can easily calculate. These are the 16 order here. First row contain 8, second row also contain 8 data, 78, 72, 69, 81 up to so on, and second row start from 79 up to 69. So what we have to do in this case, first of all, create a simple histogram for the above data. Second case, create a horizontal histogram for above data. And third case, create a step type of histogram from the above data. And in fourth case, create a cumulative histogram from the above data. Okay. So now I think question is clear to all of you. So first of all, the first thing which comes to in our mind is that name of the method, and name of the method is in this case hist, to create a histogram. Second thing, parameter value. Parameter value is given according to the question or the requirement of the question. So let us do it. That is the first question. In first part A, we have to create a simple histogram. So to create a simple histogram, we just write HIST, and within the parenthesis sign, just give pass the name of the array. So in this case, it is ARY, and we have to create just a simple histogram. So no other parameters required here, and just after that, use show method. So just write plt.show, and because of this, we are able to see the histogram on our screen. And first line, as usual, import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Without this, we are not able to draw a histogram, because to draw a histogram, hist method is there, and hist method is a part of pyplot interface of matplotlib. So just write import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Plt is an alternative name given to matplotlib.pyplot. So after the execution of this program, and one more thing, this is a variable ARY, and these are the different elements, and these are the elements marked within a square bracket. It means it is a list here. Okay, so that is the procedure of creating a simple histogram, and after the execution of that statement, that is our final answer. You can see here we don't define number of bins here, so it is by default. You can easily count. These are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 bins are here. Okay, if you want to define number of bins, you can use bin parameter for that purpose, or if you just define, in this case, bin is equal to 10 here, so 10 bins are here, or 10 intervals are here. Actually, there is no data regarding to this interval. It is also observed that. Okay. Next is part B. Create a simpler histogram from the above data, and now we just take bins is equal to 6 here. So what happens? Actually, the representation is same, but only the number of bins are less as compared to previous one. You can easily see here. Total 6 bins are here, because in this case we just pass bins is equal to 6 here. You can easily see in the question. Next is create a histogram, horizontal histogram. From the above data is same, function is also same, HIST, but we have to create a horizontal histogram. For that purpose, there is a parameter named orientation. By default, orientation is vertical. It means if we don't define orientation parameter in our program, then vertical histogram is there. But in this case, we have to define orientation as a horizontal because we have to create horizontal histogram. So just write orientation is equal to horizontal. After that, plt.show. So output will be there after plt.show. Without show, you cannot able to show the output on a screen. So it is also compulsory. The main thing is, if you want to create a horizontal histogram, for that purpose, hist method is used with orientation is equal to horizontal parameter value. And after that, and all other things are same as usual. You can see on screen, import matplotlib.pyplot as plt, and after that there is a collection of different elements in a list here. Name of the list is ARY. So after the execution of that statement, this type of histogram can be created. You can easily see here, this is a horizontal histogram. And numbers of bins are by default because we don't mention any number of bins here. You can also plot, you can also mention number of bins in that case if you want to wish, if you wish. So these are the default intervals here. Next question is type C, create a step type of histogram from the above data. So his type is step in this case. So for that purpose, we use another parameter value hist type, and his type is already given step. So we just use hist type is equal to step, and all the other things are remain same. First of all, we use import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Now plt is an alternative name to matplotlib.pyplot. Matplotlib is a library, pyplot is a collection of different methods, also called as interface, and one of the interface of matplotlib. And hist is a method belongs to pyplot. Okay, hist is a method belongs to pyplot. So different, if we want to create histogram of hist type step, we just write plt.hist, and first of all pass the sequence which is list in this case, and after that use hist type is equal to step to create a histogram of step type, and finally plt.show to show the output. And after that we can easily see that that is our output of histogram of step type. Step type histogram is here. Okay. Next, part D, create a cumulative histogram. To cumulative histogram, we use a parameter cumulative, and by default cumulative is equal to false. That means data is not shown in cumulative fashion. But if you want to define cumulative histogram, for that purpose you should use cumulative data type, cumulative parameter value, and give cumulative is equal to true in that case. And as you can see on the screen, all other things are same as that of the previous one. So I think no need to define these terms again. Import matplotlib of pyplot as plt as usual. Then declaration of a list here, and this list is a part of a parameter value of a hist method, and finally plt.show. The main thing is cumulative is equal to true is given because according to the question we have to create a cumulative histogram from the above data, and after the execution of that statement we You can easily see on the screen, this is the cumulative histogram. So by using cumulative is equal to true, cumulative histogram is there. You can easily see on the screen. Cumulative histogram means previous value is added to the next one. And in this fashion you can create a histogram. So this is a histogram by using cumulative is equal to true. By default cumulative is equal to false. So if you don't define cumulative parameters, there is a histogram without cumulative. Next is question is create a histogram from the above data and given name to the x-axis, y-axis, title, change color to yellow and age color to red. Let us see the previous question. In this case you can easily see that there is no title at all. Okay, there is no name of the x-axis, also there is no name of y-axis, also color is also not used in this case, and blue color you can easily see in the screen because it is a by default color. If you don't mention any color to a histogram, then by default it is a blue. But in this case we have to create a histogram. So as you know that histogram is created using HIST method, but in this case certain other parameters should be used, and these are title of the x-axis and y-axis, and color should also be changed, and color is yellow, and age color to red. So we have to change the color of the histogram and also color of the age, and you can easily see that color of the age is black by default. So in this case we have to change the color of the age also. Okay, it means your answer look like this. First of all, you can easily see that this is x-axis, name of the x-axis is x-axis, name of the y-axis is y-axis. Okay, and title is given as histogram here. Color of the histogram is yellow here, and age color is, you can see easily on the screen, red here. For that purpose what we have to do, just write first of all import matplotlib.pyplot as plt, then list is there, and then create a histogram using hist method. So hist ARY, and take two parameter value. First is for color of the histogram and second is for age color, and for that purpose color and age color are two attributes, and name of the color is given by a single character. Y character is used to represent Y color, and R character is used to represent R color. You can also give the full name of that color, but here we use the character that represent the color name. So Y color is equal to Y, by which we are able to change the color of the histogram to yellow, and then age color is red in this case. Next, x label is another method, and if we want to give the name of the x-axis, for that purpose x label method is used, and within parenthesis sign you can easily see that here x-axis is given within double quotation marks, so that is the heading of the x-axis. Similarly, y label is equal to y-axis, so that is the heading of y-axis. And if you want to give the title of your histogram or your chart, then for that purpose title method is used, and within double quotation mark you can easily see that histogram is written, so that becomes the title of your chart or of your graph. And at last plt.show to show the output, and after the execution of that program you can see the output. This is the output after the execution of that program. In this you can easily see that color is yellow, age color is red, name of the x-axis is x-axis itself, and name of the y-axis is y-axis, and title of the histogram is histogram. Now question number 2, from the following create set of data, create a horizontal box plot, create a vertical box plot, create a means of the box plot, and create a box plot without the box. So previous question is related to histogram and this question is related to box plot. So first of all, method used to create a box plot is box plot. Okay. Second important thing, it belongs to matplotlib library. So first line of the program must be import matplotlib.pyplot, and we give a alternative name to it. So just write as plt. So just write plt in place of matplotlib.pyplot because it is a alternative name. After that, in line number 2, there is a creation of a list name ARY. Line number 3, we just write plt.boxplot. And why plt.boxplot? Because plt is the alternative name given to matplotlib.pyplot, and boxplot is the name of the method, and within parenthesis sign you can pass different parameter value. First parameter value that is essential is called the name of the sequence, that is ARY in this case, which is a list. Second is we have to create a horizontal box plot, and by default it is vertical, means the default value of VERT parameter is true. So to create a horizontal box plot, we must give VERT is equal to false. So a horizontal box plot will be there after the execution of that program. And at last, if you want to show the output, then use show method. So show is also a part of matplotlib.pyplot. So just write plt.show, and after the execution of that program, this is our final output. This is a horizontal box plot here. So remember one thing, if you want to just create horizontal box plot, for that purpose you just write VERT is equal to false. In case of histogram, orientation parameter is used, but in case of box plot, VERT parameter is used. By default VERT is equal to true, and if you want to create horizontal box plot, VERT is equal to false should be there. Otherwise, by default vertical box plot will be printed on screen. Next, create a vertical box plot. So it is by default vertical box plot. For that you just write VERT is equal to true, so you can easily see on screen. All other things are remain same, just like that. Line number 1, import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Second line, just declaration of a list here. Line number 3, box plot method is used with two parameters value. First one is array ARY, which is a list of course, and second is VERT is equal to true, because in this case we want a vertical box plot to be printed. And the last line, plt.show to show the output of the output. And after the execution of this statement, you can see the output. If you don't write VERT is equal to true, then by default it is vertical box plot. So always remember that. Part C, to show the mean in the box plot. If you want to show the mean in the box plot, for that purpose there is a parameter value show means, and it is by default false. So if you just give show means is equal to true, then you are able to show the mean of a box plot. And we just use another parameter which is not asked in question, but you can also use it, that is notch is equal to true, and by this you can create a, wait a minute. So if you just write notch is equal to true, then box plot looks like this manner. Normally there is a box, but if you just write notch is equal to true, this type of box plot will be created in that case. And the mean value is represented by a green color in that case. So if you want to find out the mean, so for that purpose you just write show means is equal to true. So to find out the mean position of the box plot, there is a parameter value show mean, and by default it is false. To show the mean, there is a parameter value show means, and you just give is equal to true. It means mean will be marked within the body of the box plot by green color. And at last plt.show is show the output, obviously. So last point or last part of the question, create box plot without the box. Without the box, it means box is not shown. In that case, for that purpose there is a parameter value named show box, and we can easily see here that showbox is equal to false. By default showbox is equal to true, so if we just don't mention showbox parameter, then showbox is equal to true is considered in that case. But according to the requirement of the question says that box plot without the box. So if you don't want to show the box, for that purpose you should use show box parameter and give it a value false. In that case box is not shown on a screen, and all other things are same as you can see on the screen, which are required or essential. Just like that import matplotlib as plt is same in both the cases, because matplotlib is the name of the library. pyplot is one of the interface of the matplotlib, which have a collection of different methods like boxplot, plot, bar chart, bar method, etc., and show also. So this is the essential line. This right should be written to create any plot regarding to the matplotlib.pyplot. And second line is the creation of a list according to the data here, and line number third, creation of a box plot. In both the cases we just create a box plot, but the major difference is in the terms of parameters value. In this case we just use a parameter value show means, which show the mean of the box plot. By default it is not shown. It means that show means is equal to false. And in second case we just use show box is equal to false, because by default show box is equal to true. It means box is shown on screen. But if you just give show box is equal to false, so a box plot is shown without the box. And final is plt.show, which show the output on a screen. So that is the question related to box plot. Now I think you are able to understand different type of questions related to box plot and histogram. That is the last part regarding to the matplotlib library. And now all the concept related to matplotlib library here are covered, and in our next video we'll solve all the numericals. We will actually definitely solve this question using Python Anaconda. So in the next session we will do the practical part of Matplotlib library. So thanks for watching this video.